The sun dipped below the horizon, casting an orange glow upon the city of São Paulo. João sat on the roof of his childhood home, entranced by the fading light. His thoughts focused on the stars that began to punctuate the twilight sky. His heart raced at the thought of the journey he would embark on the following day. "Do you really have to go?" his little sister Maria asked, joining him on the roof. Her eyes shimmered with unshed tears. João glanced at her and gave a reassuring smile. "Yes, Maria, it's important. I have to be a part of this." A week later, João stood on the launch pad, gazing up at the colossal spaceship that would transport him and his fellow pioneers to Mars. He hugged his family one last time, and with a mixture of trepidation and excitement, he joined the crew on board. The spaceship's interior hummed with anticipation. João explored the metallic corridors, his mind abuzz with the ship's advanced technology. He found himself in the mess hall, where the international crew gathered for their first meal together. A tall, silver-haired woman from Russia addressed the group. "Welcome, my fellow travelers," she said, her voice filled with authority. "I am Captain Kuznetsova, and it is an honor to lead this monumental journey. Together, we will create a new home on Mars." Throughout the meal, the crew members exchanged stories and aspirations. João's enthusiasm shone as he spoke with scientists and engineers, each carrying their own dreams of Mars. One such individual was Dr. Ravi Patel, a seasoned astronomer from India. "Why are you so drawn to Mars, João?" Ravi asked, taking a sip of his drink. João hesitated for a moment, lost in thought. "I've always been fascinated by the unknown, and Mars represents an opportunity to unravel its mysteries," he replied, his eyes sparkling with curiosity. "What about you, Dr. Patel?" Ravi leaned back in his chair, a nostalgic smile playing on his lips. "For me, it's about humanity's progress. We're setting foot on new ground, expanding our understanding of the universe." The journey to Mars spanned several months, a passage marked by rigorous training and intellectual challenges. João absorbed every lesson, eager to master the skills required for survival on the red planet. He often found himself engrossed in conversations with his crewmates, their shared passions fostering a deep camaraderie. "João, I've never seen someone so engrossed in hydroponics," a Japanese botanist named Aiko commented, watching him tinker with the delicate machinery in the lab. "Well, Aiko-san," João grinned, "the success of our colony depends on our ability to grow food. I want to contribute as much as I can." Time on the spaceship was marked by both emotional and physical challenges. As Earth grew smaller in the rear view, the crew faced the realities of their isolation. João sought solace in his newfound friendships, particularly with a lively engineer from Kenya named Nyeri. They spent countless hours discussing the Martian landscape and their dreams for the colony. "Have you thought about what you'll do when we land?" Nyeri asked, her eyes bright with anticipation. João hesitated, then smiled. "I want to explore. I want to understand Mars, its geology, its secrets, and maybe, just maybe, I can make a discovery that will change everything." Nyeri nodded, her expression turning serious. "Remember, João, we're not just exploring for ourselves. We're doing this for the people back on Earth, for our families, and for the generations to come." The day finally arrived when the spaceship began its descent to the Martian surface. João's heart pounded as he peered through the observation deck's window, his eyes fixed on the reddish terrain below. The crew, clad in their spacesuits, prepared for the landing, their faces a mix of excitement and apprehension. As the spacecraft touched down, a reverberating thud echoed through the cabin. Captain Kuznetsova's voice crackled over the intercom. "Welcome to Mars, pioneers. We've made history today. Let's begin our mission." The crew emerged from the spacecraft, taking their first tentative steps on the alien world. João's breath caught in his throat as he set foot on the Martian soil, a thrill of wonder coursing through him. He looked around, his gaze sweeping across the vast, desolate landscape, and in that moment, he knew he was home. Over the following weeks, the crew worked tirelessly to establish their colony. They constructed habitats, laboratories, and greenhouses, their efforts fueled by their collective dream of a sustainable life on Mars. João threw himself into the work, his enthusiasm never waning. One evening, as the Martian sunset bathed the colony in a crimson light, João found himself alone in the communications center. He gazed at the rows of monitors and consoles, his mind wandering to the loved ones he left behind on Earth. A flicker on one of the screens caught his attention. He furrowed his brow, approaching the monitor. The display showed a series of garbled data, an anomaly in the communication system. Intrigued, João began to investigate. His scientific curiosity piqued. As the days passed, João grew increasingly preoccupied with the communication system's oddities. He shared his concerns with Dr. Patel, who offered a cautious response. "João, be careful," Ravi warned. "I know you're curious, but you don't want to draw attention to yourself. We don't know what we're dealing with yet." João nodded, though his determination remained undiminished. He continued to probe the system, his suspicion mounting with each new discovery. One fateful day, as João sifted through the colony's archives, he stumbled upon a file that sent a chill down his spine. It was a fragment of a conversation, a whisper of a conspiracy that would forever change the course of his life on Mars. In the shadowy corner of the archive room, João's heart pounded, his pulse echoing in his ears. The gravity of his discovery weighed on him, the implications too terrifying to comprehend. Little did he know that his life, and the fate of Earth, would soon be irrevocably altered by the secret he held in his trembling hands. The stage was set for a journey that would test the limits of courage, friendship, and the indomitable human spirit. A journey into the heart of a conspiracy that threatened the very existence of mankind. Thus began João's quest to uncover the truth, the first step in a slow, treacherous dance that would lead him down a path filled with deception, danger, and the desperate hope of salvation for his world.